Hiya, welcome to Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope Facebook page on YouTube. For any of those people that don't know who I am, I created a page on Facebook called Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope, and there I comment on some of the positive stuff. And you know what's really annoying? I just did this video like 15 minutes ago. I feel like a wee happy there. Lie. Done it brilliantly, had a good thing going, good repertoire. My whole light was on a kind of timer, timing light was on a timer, stayed on to the very end, I stopped it, went smoothly, and then I looked back on the video and all you saw was my mouth moving. So I just hope you see more of that this time. So what I want to talk about just now is that Jeff Johns has came out. Now Jeff Johns is one of my favourite guys, okay, DCU. He's been given the job like Kevin Feige had, and he's came out and he said that the future films are going to have hope, humour, light, and all that stuff, and you know, and optimism and stuff like that. And I said, well, what are you trying to do? You know, it's just the first three films, as I said so many times, the first three films, that was where Justice League was going to go anyway. Now, you'll get some websites and they'll talk about Wonder Woman has saved the DC universe, or it's shaked up Warner Brothers because now they're going to go in a different direction. No, they're already, you know, they're just following what was already pre-planned, and then, you know, so they're talking about Wonder Woman's changed this, or what can they learn from it, and that's just Patty Jenkins' vision of how they've done it, because Zack Snyder, as I say, wrote the story, and it's her storytelling that's done it. And anyway, so you've got, and there's a reason why I said that, come back to that in a second. Then they're talking about Justice League and how it's going to be. No, it was already pre-planned to do it. Now, on Facebook, see, I had this camera at another angle, and now I have to turn away and look over here. So, I'll do it, and I had it all set up as well. It was fantastic. I actually looked like a pro, you know. Yeah, right. Now, John Landis is a director, a lot of famous 80s movies, has came out and quoted this, and I like to read out what he says. And if you don't know who John Landis is, Google him. It says, I am just truthfully, I'm bored shitless with the Marvel universe now. All the superhero movies tend to be interchangeable. You always have these mass destruction of cities and huge computer generated extravaganzas, to the point where you could take a reel from any of the Marvel superhero movies and put it into the others and nobody would notice. They're very well made, it's just they're the same thing over and over again. But I don't know, people are showing up. One of the reasons Wonder Woman has been received so well by the critics is that it doesn't destroy cities, laughs. Even the superhero stuff is on a very human scale. It's the gods. We're not seeing skyscrapers. Tomlin laughs. Now, that is something that I've always said about Marvel, is that they're all feeling the same way. They're all feeling like the same movie, but it's working for them, you know, this sort of franchise. Now, some people are showing the distaste for superhero movies, but sadly, this is what's putting bottoms on seats. This is what's getting people coming out to the cinema. the blockbusters these days. And so the majority of people are coming out, and this is what they want to see. So the film studios are basically supply and demand. Now all these people that are complaining about it, listen, I have been to the cinema. Okay, there's more than just superhero movies in the cinema these days, and they're not making as much. Now, if that is some sort of tiring sort of franchise superheroes, well, explain Star Wars. I mean, it's all basically the same thing: lightsabers, force, and this is coming from a Star Wars fan, the originals and prequels, and so, but this is something that people need in their day-to-day lives. And finally, comic book fans or people now, that adults and whatnot, this is what we want to see. This is the new sort of family movies thing. And for the adults, we'll get this. Now, before I go any further, I want to read out what Patty Jenkins has said. Right? Now, this is Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman. She's came out and said, I know the storylines for a lot of the films they are working on. They are all vastly different, with very different tones and very different styles of storytelling. Jason Momoa is off to shoot Aquaman right now, and that's such a cool story. It's got its own separate vibe. I'm excited to see each of these films. Okay. Now, what I got from that was, there are films in the making. We already know that The Flash has got a script, waiting for a director. There's talks about Gotham Sirens, there's talk about Batgirl, talk about Man of Steel, the Batman movie, and everything else. So it's... Oh, can I just say, thinking back to Jeff Johns, what he said about optimism, but he also stated that that Batman should stay dark. But he sees in some characters in the DCU that they should show some form of that. So push that to the side just now. So what I got from that is Patty Jenkins, behind the scenes, she's came forward, she had her vision for Wonder Woman. It was on par with what Warner Brothers wanted to do. She made it that way after Zack Snyder's story, whatever. And it's so different. It's so different. And some people have commented that it's even different from the Marvel universe, because the humour was well more placed. It wasn't sort of every 2 minutes. Anyway, and what we need in this world is give us our adult superhero movies, give us our family superhero movies, give us funny. That's just different. Sony does their type of movie, Marvel does their ones, it's working, and DC's got their own ones that's working. And Patty Jenkins has just said, now John Landis had said, all these films are the same, these Marvel films. Well, that's what's working for them, okay? So let's call them the big packet of crisps of ready salted, right? One of those big packets that you buy that's got like 6 packets of crisps in them. Alright, so that's their lot. But what DC is doing, and what Patty Jenkins has said, that they're all different in different tones and different ways of storytelling, is that each film is different. Patty Jenkins has got her style, Zack Snyder's got his, James Wan, who's doing Aquaman, has got theirs, and so forth and so on. There isn't a set way of doing the film. Kevin Feige has got his set pattern and it's working for them. Great, that's their ready salted. It kind of goes ready salted, it's already ready, just need to put a wee bit of salt on it. That's their packets of crisps. But this one, DC, they're the big packet of crisps that have got different flavours in them. Salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, prawn cocktail, right? They're all in there. So that's all the assortment. Marvel has the ready salted. They're all good to go. They're fine. But then because it's an assortment of crisps for DC, you're going to get people that might not like that packet but like the others. So that's the way for me to sum it up. And for Patty Jenkins to come on board and say that she's seen behind the lines, that just means everything's a go behind DC. Everything's ready to go with all the different tones on it and stuff like that. And she said herself that she's not worried about when she was making the film and to make it in any sort of style. She said she had her style and everything else. So that is the way Warner Brothers want to work. And looking at what Patty Jenkins said, looking at what John Landis says, it sort of, the proof's all there. You know, that you put the two together and they are telling the same story. You know, Patty Jenkins confirming that DC's doing it differently. John Landis saying that Marvel's doing the thing. Now, he didn't say that Wonder Woman felt like a Marvel film. He didn't say that Wonder Woman felt like a DC film. It said it sort of stood by itself. And that's because it was a different director doing a DC movie. So, of course, it's going to feel differently. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League will have that Zack Snyder feeling. But that is why sometimes it's important to bring different directors on, different visionaries, with Zack Snyder or Jeff Johns in the wing, just making sure nothing goes, you know, jumps out of the packet of crisps too early, if you get what I mean. You know, so as I say, and this is what we need variety. We need the Sony style of movies, we need the Disney style movies, and we need DC. We need something, you know, and I know people that do not know what hero belongs to which company. Yeah, surprisingly I do. Okay, and I have to tell them, no, that's a DC character, no, that's a Marvel. But now with the movies, we can easily say, this feels like a DC film. This feels like a Marvel film. This feels like a Sony one. And that's what we need. So thank you, Patty Jenkins and everything and everybody else that's confirmed to me that DC's working hard and all the scripts are getting written. She's seen them and she's on board to do more Wonder Woman and more work for DC. And as we said, and we've just seen Kevin Feige and Jeff Johns talking together, buddies, working away, trying to give us the best hero movies out there. So, thanks for listening. As this Man of Steel fan gives hope, hoping that you like our videos, press like, you comment, join us on the Facebook page, and thank you for staying with us. Be positive out there.